Hello and welcome. You are watching another episode of our consumer education series Nivesh Kar Befikar, presented to you by your trusted brand PolicyBazaar.com. In current times, we all have realized the importance of health. Especially post the pandemic, people have started taking health insurance more seriously and now have understood why it is essential to have a health insurance policy in your financial planning. With the constant rise in medical inflation and the ever rising diseases, health insurance provides people with a financial backup in times of the unforeseen medical emergencies. Along with buying a health insurance policy, one must keep renewing it accordingly. However, one must not be impulsive while renewing health insurance and should check some significant facts. To discuss this and more in detail, we have with us the domain expert Siddharth Singhal, who heads the health insurance renewals business at PolicyBazaar.com. Welcome to the webinar, Siddharth.
Thank you, Shreya, for having me. Look forward to the discussion.
So, Siddharth, since we all know that last year so many people have bought health insurance in a rush, so what is your suggestion and advice to them in their first renewal year?
I think that's a very important question, Shreya. Health insurance, if one looks at, what one should need to look at it, be it COVID or no COVID. Health insurance is a protection that you can have for any kind of an unforeseen event. Even though the COVID has subdued compared to last year, there's still a talk about the fourth wave. There still can be illnesses which have a very huge bill, and lastly, there can be any accidents that we are prone to. So I think the customers have become a lot more aware now, and they continue with their health insurance because health insurance kind of protects you from that kind of unforeseen hospital bills. So I think it's very important to not just look at it from the COVID angle, but also to look at it from a complete healthcare kind of an angle.
Okay, so my next question is, what is the right time to renew the policy, and what are the benefits or discount one can get while renewing their policies?
That's a very important question. See, you can renew your policy typically 45 to 60 days in advance from your policy expiry date. Policy expiry date is a very important date. It means that your policy, the benefits are there with you till the time of policy expiry. What is recommended is, one, at the time of renewal, you must assess the health needs. If you have a very low sum insured, whether it's let's say 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 4 lakh, 5 lakh, insurance is the right time to increase your coverage, given that the medical inflation has been in double digits over the past few years. So that is one area that one must look at. The second thing is you can look to add a member in your policy. Maybe if you've got recently married or you had a kid, so this is the time to kind of add those members in your policy. The third thing is a lot of companies have come up with a very new age riders that you can opt in at the time of renewal to enhance your coverage. For example, you can be covered for consumables. You can protect your no claim bonus. You can have an inflation shield also. So these new age riders kind of help you at the time of renewal. So typical timeline, what we suggest is that you have a discussion with your insurance advisor, understand the needs of your insurance, and then take a decision and do all this exercise well within 10 to 15 days of the policy expiry date. So that is a very critical date, and one must renew it before and well in time before that expiry date.
Okay, so since we are talking about the exact renewal time, what if someone misses out that renewal date? Will they still be able to get the renewal benefits, or how does it work?
All the insurance companies provide a waiting period of 30 days. It's a grace period of 30 days after the policy expiry date. What it means is that you can still renew your policy if you for some reason missed your policy expiry date. So within these 30 periods after the policy expiry date, you can still renew your policy, pay the policy premium, and continue with the waiting periods, be it in terms of the pre-existing disease, or be it in terms of the specific disease waiting periods, or any no claim bonus that you have earned. So a customer might ask that why do I need to renew it before the policy expiry date? Why can't I just renew it after it? So the critical factor is you can still renew it, but when your policy is in the grace period, you are not liable to get a claim. So it's for some reason, if there is a claim in the grace period, then the insurance company is not liable to make a claim. So that is why it's recommended that you must renew your policy within the within the expiry date. Just in case for some reason you were traveling or something, very unforeseen reasons, if you are not able to renew it, you still have a time of 30 days, but it's again recommended to renew it, as soon as possible, because the claims may not be payable in that grace period.
Okay, so what's the exact procedure for renewal and what one should do to renew their policy?
Okay, so the good thing is that the renewal of a policy has become very seamless now. Typically, as a Policy Bazaar customer, you would be getting a lot of emails and SMSs on your registered mobile number and the email ID. So if there are two ways. One is you don't want to make any changes in the policy. You want to continue your policy as is. You can come to policybazaar.com and log into the health insurance page, or you can simultaneously go to the insurer website also and click on the renewal page, log in with your details, and then just see the details of your policy and then make the payment. So this is what we call as a straight through process. It's a no change kind of a process that you are you're already covered for your policy. The second thing is, let's say, which I spoke about, is in terms of you want to make certain changes in your policy. You want to which is recommended also, is to increase your sum insured, or you want to change your tenure from 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, or you want to add a member. In that scenario, again, you can speak to your insurance advisor from policybazaar.com, and they will help you in terms of getting the what is the updated premium and how you can make the policy. A good thing is, a lot of these options have come online lately, both at Policy Bazaar and the insurance website. So a lot of these things have become very easy. Just at the click of a button, the customer needs to pay, and then they get the policy copy. So that has become a very streamlined process. So that is how one can renew their policy.
Okay, so if someone wants to move from paying annually to monthly AMIs, they can do that also at the time of renewals.
So good thing is, there are a lot of monthly options available or EMI options available. One can avail either on their debit cards or their credit cards. So one can, definitely look at those options as well to kind of pay for their, premiums. So that is an option available. Yeah.
Let's move to the customer queries we have received. So our first customer query is from Shankar. He is asking, how do I claim the discounts that I collected during the entire policy year in form of health points?
So before answering the question, one thing that I want to highlight is that a lot of insurance companies through their plans are offering wellness wellness points. What it means is the health insurance is, from in the last couple of years is moving from just only covering hospitalization to a complete healthcare franchise. What it means is, it not just covers your hospitalization, it also promotes you to take wellness initiatives, which could be just walking, let's say example 10,000 steps in a day, taking a gym membership, or doing yoga, or filling out health risk assessment forms. So a lot of insurance companies have included these wonderful initiatives to promote the customers, to encourage the customers to take good care of their health. So and this has become very easy nowadays also to earn these points. That is one. So coming specifically to the question raised by Shankar, so Niva Bupa especially, what it happens is, once you earn the wellness points during the policy year, so those are automatically discounted when the premium notice gets generated. Example, you would have earned 1,000 points, example, just for this thing, and your premium was supposed to be 10,000. So automatically 1,000 will get deducted and you will get a renewal notice of 9,000. So different companies have a different ways of reimbursing these points. But the larger point is, a lot of companies are coming up with the plans which reward the customers for staying fit. So that's a win-win situation for both the customers and the insurance companies, and as a nation as a whole, that Fit India movement, the government, the other industry is also promoting a lot of wellness initiatives.
Okay, so Siddharth, since you mentioned about wellness plans, can you please elaborate for our listeners as to how does it work? What are the insurers? Who all insurers are providing this, and how much discount they can get on renewals?
Okay, sure. So there are a lot of insurers which are providing it, and typically all large insurers are providing it, be it Star Health, Niva Bupa, be it Care Health, or be it Aditya Birla, Manipal Cigna. So all different insurers through their different plans are providing the wellness initiatives. Obviously, the amount matters, but a customer can earn anywhere from 10% to 100% of the premium depending on the plan. And depending on the grid, they have earned the points. So typically how it works is, once you purchase the policy, you need to read the policy documents also. You just need to download the app of the insurance company, and then one particular plan which provides that you can walk 10,000 steps in a day, and for a number of days. So more you walk, more the points you earn. And there are customers who have actually availed discounts till even 100% of their policy premium. So it's kind of a grid wherein more fitness activities that you get indulged in, you get more reward points, and those reward points can be redeemed at the time of renewal. And the different types, just to emphasize on that point, the different types of ways a person can earn, it can be either through just walking steps in a day. It can be you can enroll in a gym membership. You can take a preventive health checkup. You can do a health risk assessment form, which is available on the insurance company website also. You can reach out to Policybazaar as well, or you can do yoga sessions. You can get enrolled in the disease management programs also, which are offered by the insurance companies. So lately that has become very abundant in terms of the different options that insurance companies are now giving to the customers, where they can earn the wellness point. So idea is very simple, that more fit you stay, more you take care of yourself. That's a lesser burden, of course, on the insurance company also in terms of claims, and also you get a benefit in terms of a renewal discount.
Okay, so we can say that health insurance is more than just hospitalization now, and more of a whole holistic healthcare package.
Exactly. So now health insurance is all about IPD, which is the hospitalization, moving towards outpatient OPD, expenses also, plus the wellness initiatives also. So it's no more only about hospitalization; it's all about the entire health ecosystem of the customer.
Okay, great. So our next question is from Anant Deshmukh. He is asking, while renewing, what benefits one should add to their health policy for a comprehensive coverage, and what they can avoid?
Okay, so that's a very good question. Typically, at the time of renewal, one must take into account the coverage of the policy and the number of people in the policy. So just to put an example, for example, if I have a wife and 2 kids, but the coverage of my existing policy is only 2 lakh rupees, right? So we know that in a metro city like Delhi or Mumbai or Bangalore, that's a very, very low coverage. Any major illness will cost you much more than only just 2 lakh rupees. So at the time of renewal, you can either increase your sum insured to at least 5 lakh rupees, or you can buy a super top up to increase your coverage. So both these options are available for the customers to increase the coverage. So that's a one very important aspect that one should look at. The second is the one should look at is in terms of the the discount, which is basically you can opt for a 2-year or a 3-year policy at the time of renewal, and you can get anywhere from 7.5% to 10% discount on your policy. This way, it has a benefit that you can lock your premium for corresponding 2 years and 3 years. If there's any kind of an age slab change or any kind of a premium hike, so you are kind of shielded from those hikes. And the good part is, for a 2-year or a 3-year policy, you can still you have the choice to take the benefit under Section 80D to kind of take it as a rebate for the health insurance. So these are the 2 benefits. The third is, which I spoke about a few minutes back, is about adding some new age riders. So a lot of insurance policies do not cover the cost of consumables. What I mean by consumables is, for example, cotton, syringes, gloves, the PPE kit, etc. What we have seen during the time of COVID is there's been a lot of expense related to PPE kits, which the normal insurance normal insurance plans do not cover. So at the time of renewal, you can now add a rider, which is typically 7-8% or 10% of your policy premium, and you can cover end-to-end expenses. There's a list of 50-60 consumable items that one can cover at the time of renewal. What it also does is, example, at the time of renewal, a lot of insurance companies give a no claim bonus. Example, I took a 5 lakh policy, I did not take a claim. I get a 20% no claim bonus, so my coverage becomes from 5 lakh to 6 lakhs, right? Typically, in terms of a claim, if you've taken a claim, this no claim bonus sort of goes down depending on plan to plan. So if you take this rider, then your no claim bonus is protected. So these are the 3-4 options which a customer can look at the time of renewal.
Okay, so since you spoke about super top-ups, our next question is around that only. It's from Anand Surana. He is asking how cashless super top-up works if the base policy and super top-up policy are from different insurers.
First of all, let me answer the first part of the question, which is how super top-ups work. Super top-ups are basically a coverage, a very big coverage at a very lower premium. How they work is, for example, I take a 20 lakh super top, or let's say a 95 lakh super top up with a 5 lakh deductible. What it means is that the first 5 lakh I need to pay either through my existing health insurance or through my own funds or through my corporate policy or through any means. So the first 5 lakh is to be paid by that. Over and above that, whatever expense occurs from, let's say, 5 lakh to the next 95 lakhs, so that is covered by the super top-up. So the advantage that the customer gets in terms of super top-ups, and a lot of super top-ups have lately come in, which are also very price effective as well, is that you get a very large coverage at a relatively very lower premium, right? So if you are at, let's say, only 4 lakh, 5 lakh policy, so super top-up is actually a very good way to increase your coverage to directly to 1 crore. So 95 lakh super top-up would cost you very less compared to what a 95 lakh base plan would cost you, right? So that's one. The second thing is in terms of answering on terms of the claim. So if you have a base policy of one company and the super top-up of a different company, so see, if your claim amount is less than the base amount, let's say just to give you an illustration, I have a 5 lakh base of company A and 95 lakh base super top-up of company B. If my claim amount is less than 5 lakh, then obviously I need to just go to the company A only. If my claim amount is 7 lakhs, then 5 lakh will be paid from my company A and 2 lakh the company B will pay. But as a customer, you just need to approach company A to get your amount, and the insurance companies among themselves and through the TPS, kind of work together to pay out the claim of 7 lakhs to the customer. At the end of the day, what I would recommend is if there are any kind of a claim concerns or anything, the customers can reach out to Policybazaar. We have a dedicated claim support team. We have a 30 minutes on ground claim support in almost 100 plus cities. So as a customer, you don't need to go anywhere. You can just come to Policybazaar. We have a dedicated claims team who will help you out, who will assist you in getting your claims from either one company or multiple companies, as the case may be.
Okay. So our next question is from our live user, Sanatan Sharan. He is asking, if I opt for 3-year policy, how would I can claim tax rebate under 80D? A single year, whole amount, or it can be divided in 3 parts for 3 years?
Okay, that's a very important question. So the good news is you can actually do both. It's completely up to you depending on your current tax liability. So example, if you have you take a 3-year policy of 75,000, just for an illustration purpose, you can either claim the entire 75,000 in 1 year, but obviously depending on the limit of the insurance that it provides, or you can choose to take the benefit in the 3 years. Example, 25,000, 25,000, 25,000. So obviously for an individual, the limit is 25,000 for the health insurance. So the customer can claim 25,000, 25,000, 25,000 in each year also. So the benefit of it is that you can claim it across different years. The second benefit is obviously, like I said earlier, that you've already logged in your premium for 3 years. So that's the benefit as a customer you get.
Okay, so since we are talking about tax savings, so how does it work in terms of own tax saving for health insurance, and in case of parents, like what kind of options do the customers have?
Okay, so in terms of the tax saving, for example, in the case of an individual customer, you can take up to 25,000 limit, and for the parent there is a separate limit. Pardon me, I don't know exact limit, but I think you can take a different limit. I think it's up to 75,000 rupees, both including parents and yourself also. So the benefit that the government provides is that you must have a health insurance, and that's how, if let's say example, you are in a 30% bracket, and if you are getting a benefit of about 75,000, so you actually end up saving about 22,500 on the tax part. So typically that's the benefit that the government provides on that.
Okay. So our next question is from Deep Kumar. He is asking, my current health insurance policy is expiring in July.
Okay.
I am not happy with the current insurer. Can I renew it now? And what should I do, and what are the things I should look for a comprehensive coverage?
Okay. So if your policy is expiring in July, this is actually the right time to look at options. If you are, for some reason, you're not happy with the current insurer, there has been certain experience that you had, you can look at the option of porting it out, porting to a different insurer, a plan that is suitable to your need. It's a very simple online process that is available on Policy Bazaar. So you can first select the plan that you would want a new plan to be, and then fill in the proposal forms online itself and make the payment, and the policy will get ported. The good part is you can carry forward the waiting periods in a ported policy. So if let's say you've already served 4 years in a policy, then those waiting periods will carry forward to the new policy. So if you had a 10 lakh policy for last 4 years and you've already served all those policies, so if you move to a 10 lakh plan, then those waiting periods will carry forward. So you do not need to serve the waiting periods again. That's the benefit of portability. So totally up to the requirement of the person, the age profile of the person. So you can actually look at the options and then decide on which plan to port out to. So the benefits or the key thing that the person must look while at the time of porting or buying a new insurance is, one is, example, couple of things, whether it's a comprehensive plan, there's no room rent capping, that you can take any room which is available in the hospital. That is one. There should not be any room rent capping. You must also look at the health checkup that are being provided by the in the plan. Some provide like once in a year, the other insurance companies provide maybe once in 2 years or 3 years. So that is the second thing. The third is the no claim bonus, which is provided at the time if you don't make a claim. So your policy coverage increases automatically the next year at the time of renewal. The key thing also is to look at the cashless network of hospitals which are covered by the insurance company in your area as well. So for example, if you go to a cashless network of hospital, so you can take a claim without having to pay, the claim will be cashless. So you don't need to first, take a claim and then reimburse. So wider the coverage in terms of cashless, the better it is. So these are a couple of points that one should look at. These are the benefits one should look at the time of either porting the policy or, buying a new policy.
Okay, so our next question is from Puna Krishna. He is asking, what should I do if I pass the grace period for the health insurance renewals? Okay,
so I think my recommendation would be to renew your policy today itself. if you've already under a 30-day waiting period, 30-day grace period, and it's you must renew your policy today itself. So that one, your benefits will carry forward, whatever you've earned as a no claim bonus, whatever the waiting periods you have served. So you have the option to continue the policy in that form itself. The second critical thing is, since your policy is in a grace period, if by any chance there's an unforeseen event, any kind of a hospitalization, the insurer is not liable to pay a claim. So you are currently at a financial risk right now. So my suggestion to you would be to renew your policy just today itself.
So our next question is from Nishchal Upadri. He is asking, please throw some light on porting of insurance. Why or why not we should consider porting, especially for senior citizens?
Okay, see, I think one thing I would like to say is that a lot of insurance companies have launched a lot of interesting plans in the recent time, which kind of cater to different segments of the market, be it the senior citizen, be it the young customers or customers with a family, with the 2 adults and 2 kids. So porting is an option that you can explore if you had a very high premium increase compared to in your existing policy, and you are looking to lower your premium. The second thing is one of the listeners also asked is, if you had any kind of a bad experience or you did not kind of like that. So that is again the second option, second scenario wherein you can look to port your policy. The portability of the policy, again, you will also need to look at that the policy that you are porting into again has end-to-end coverage. There are no deductibles or there's no room rent capping that is there in the policy, and that kind of covers your entire gamut of healthcare needs. Portability has become relatively easier, like I spoke about. You just need to go to PolicyBazaar.com, see the plans that are available, select one of those plans and see obviously that fits in your requirement, and then you can just fill an online proposal form and make the payment, and the policy will be issued. In this scenario, you might in this scenario it's become relatively easier to port your policy also, but these are the critical things to look out for also. So that's how it is.
So Ashish Tiwari is asking, what should I do when claim is rejected by the insurance company? And I think Siddharth, you should add how PolicyBazaar is also helping their customers to get their claims approved.
As per the regulations and as per IRDA, typically if there is a claim which is as per the policy terms and conditions. For example, I have already served my waiting periods. I have already done the relevant. There are no exclusions in the policy, so there is no reason for any insurance company to reject the claim. Most of the times, what we have seen is the claims get rejected. Either they were under a waiting period, example, a slow growing disease like a hernia or a cataract or something, wherein the customer was yet to serve the notice period, but waiting period, but yet there was a claim. So obviously, since it was beyond the policy terms and conditions, it will get rejected. But otherwise, there is no scenario, there is no situation where the company would reject the claim. All companies do have very high claim settlement ratios also, which is above 90% for most of the insurance companies. That is one. The second thing is, if there is any kind of a claim assistance that you need at the time of after you've made a claim and it's been rejected, what I would recommend is to reach out to PolicyBazaar.com. We have a dedicated claims team which works day in, day out to support the customers in terms of getting their claims. Obviously, if it's a claim, which is under the waiting periods or there were, already exclusions in the policy, that's the prerogative of the insurance company. But yes, apart from that, if there is any reason, there is no reason for the claim to be rejected, you definitely can reach out to the customer. There have been a lot of customers where PolicyBazaar has helped our customers to get the claims which were, initially rejected majorly due to the miscommunication between the customer and the insurance company.
Okay. Our next question is from Ashay Jain. He is asking, I want to add my kids and parents in the health insurance. I want to know how this can be done. And do I have to wait for renewals, or I can add in between the policy term as well?
So again, this is something that depends from, most of the insurers do allow midterm addition, especially if you're married. or especially or in the case you have a newborn at in your family. So a lot of insurance companies do allow at the time of in the during the year. So that is possible depending on the plan. Yes, at the time of renewal, you can definitely add for sure across all plans. You can add your parents if the plan allows it, or you can add your spouse, or you can add your kids.
Next question is from Abhishek. He is asking if my policy has domiciliary hospitalization up to 10% of sum insured. Can I get reimbursement claim for treatment of any disease at home?
Okay, so that's a very interesting question, Abhishek. So how domiciliary treatment works with majority of the insurance companies and their plans is like what we saw last time, during the second wave of COVID, where we did not have enough hospital beds where the customers or the patients could have taken a treatment. A lot of treatment also happened at home where people self-isolated. But typically, it comes with there are two scenarios wherein the conditions need to be fulfilled. One is there is no hospital bed available in the city or the vicinity, and the second is the home hospitalization or the domiciliary treatment has been recommended by a registered medical practitioner. So has been recommended by a doctor. There's been a situation that the patient cannot go to the hospital or this hospital bed not available. Only in those scenarios would the claim be admissible. There's a lot of confusion last year around this thing because a lot of people had kind of isolated themselves, and even though the doctor recommendation was not there. So that's the main condition. The doctor recommendation has to be there, and has to be backed by a medical reasoning that domiciliary treatment is required.
Okay, so since we talk about co-payment part, I think we should let our listeners know that how co-payment affect the hospitalization bills for them and whether they should take a policy with co-payment or not.
Okay, see, typically what co-payment means is it's sharing of the bill. In a very simple language, it's a sharing of the bill. So for example, if the bill is 1 lakh rupees, 20% co-payment clause would mean 20,000 rupees is to be paid by the customer. So typically what we recommend is end-to-end coverage. Start your coverage earlier as soon as possible, because typically for some of the insurance companies and some of their plans, there's a co-payment clause. What it means is that some part of the bill is to be paid by the customer. So the customers can look at one options which cover end-to-end coverage where there is no co-payment, so that if it's a bill of 1 lakh or if it's a bill of 20 lakh, so there's nothing that the customer needs to pay out of pocket. Right, so a lot of people, buy their plans after 60 years of age for the first time, and that is when a majority of the co-payment clause comes in. So what we recommend to the all our customers is to buy their health insurance as early as possible, so that there is no co-payment coming in, or look for plans with maybe have a slightly higher premium, but there's no co-payment as such, so that whenever the claim comes in, the co-payment sort of doesn't bother you.
Okay, so I can see so many queries around increasing the sum insured part. So can you please elaborate around the 1 crore plans we have in market and how does it work?
So 1 crore plans are a fantastic way to get a very high coverage at a very reasonable premiums, I would say. 1 crore plans are actually talk of the town, and a lot of our customers are actually purchasing 1 crore plan. The benefit of it is obviously you get a 1 crore coverage which practically covers you for all kind of eventualities, be it very very costly treatments like cancer or any other kind of treatments which cost about 40-50 lakhs. So it gives you a complete peace of mind that no matter whatever the scenario may be, at least for 1 crore I am covered. And the premium for a two adult of an age of 32-33 would be about 12, 13, 14, 15,000. So at a very low premium you get a 1 crore cover. So one must look at evaluate to move to that kind of a coverage either at the time of renewal by buying a super top up additionally, or when you're making a fresh purchase, actually doing 1 crore cover itself. The benefit of it is when you start early with a 1 crore cover, you already start your counter for the waiting period. So you would have already served 2 years or 3 years of waiting period by the time you actually need a health insurance policy, during your elder years. So I think the benefit of the customer is that, again, at a very low premium, you get a very high coverage. So it's highly recommended to go for a 1 crore insurance plans.
Okay, so we spoke a lot about renewals, and before signing off, what is your advice to the listeners, like why they should invest in health insurance, and how renewing their health insurance policy regularly will help them eventually?
Okay, so thank you, Shreya, for asking this fantastic question. See, I think a lot of people are lately realizing health insurance is actually is not an expense; it's an investment. It's an investment that we do to protect our future, to protect our financial resources, so that in today's world, where any kind of normal hospitalization would cost you 4-5 lakhs. So you don't need to spend your resources to kind of deal with that situation. So health insurance is a very good investment to protect your financial resources, your hard-earned money that you've earned over a period of years, to kind of protect it with a small sum that you give as a premium. So health insurance kind of protects you with those kind of eventuality. Renewing your policy, obviously, it's the critical thing, because with every renewal, first of all, health insurance needs to be renewed from time to time, and that must be done before the policy expiry date, so that you are completely protected. There is no scope of uncovered period. And most importantly, once you renew your policy frequently, every year or every time period, you get a lot of benefits. You get a benefits such as one, obviously, you have reduced waiting periods. You have taken one step closer. Every renewal is one step closer towards serving your waiting period. So you become eligible for claiming to more number of diseases which were excluded earlier. That is the one and the most critical point. The second point is that you earn no claim bonus also. A lot of companies reward their customers that if you have not taken any claim in the past year, we will give you enhanced coverage at the time of renewal. That's second. And third is you can actually use your policy to earn wellness discounts. You get preventive health checkups also as a part of your policy, which anywhere, if you just normally go for any health checkup, you would kind of spend 1,500, 2,000 rupees easily, which is there. And most importantly, if I look at the cost of a health insurance, so health insurance, you get even though it looks like you pay a premium of, let's say, 10,000 rupees, but the government actually gives you a benefit of, example, 30%. So the health insurance actually comes out to be, 30% lesser, depending on the, tax slab that you are in. And I think ultimately, what it gives you, the complete peace of mind. So that if there is any kind of eventuality, and which we've seen a lot of actors lately also getting, heart attacks or different kind of diseases at a very young age. So we've had a very, sedentary lifestyle where we don't know what is going to happen. So it's always recommended and very, very suggested that, we always stay protected. So that's my, advice to all the listeners, to everybody, that you must look at health insurance as an investment for your future.
Thank you so much, Siddharth, for your valuable insights, and thank you to our listeners for joining in. You can also send us your queries at policybazaarshow@policybazar.com. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll be back again with another session of our consumer education series to help you make an informed decision.